A couple of months ago, I learned a new counseling technique that I have been applying in my office for a few months now, really playing with it, really digging into it. And I'm amazed by how well it's helping my client. This technique is just super easy to bring into people's lives. So I'm Melissa Kelley with Rising Hope Counseling and the YouTube channel, Melissa J. Kelley. And it's my joy to walk with you as you grow and heal from the chaotic experiences that make you react in ways you don't like, or maybe your family members don't like, and you know you want change, but you haven't been able to figure out how to make that happen. I want you to be able to benefit from it. So it's called EFT, the Emotional Freedom Technique, and it's been around since the 80s, but it's really been starting to catch on in probably the last 10 or 15 years as brain science and our understanding of the body and looking at things at the cellular level has really caught up to figure out, why does this technique work? We now know that EFT works in a way that has a huge impact with our limbic system, our brain, our lymphatic drainage system, the electricity that runs through our body and powers our body. And so EFT, it's a great technique. So one of the cool things about EFT is it uses the acupuncture pressure points on our body. And for thousands of years, Chinese and Eastern medicine has been using this, and Western medicine has just thought it was quackery. They're like, we don't understand it. But now we're able to know that when you tap on an acupressure point, that's going to produce electricity right there in that spot. And even if you just moved your hand a couple inches in a different direction on your body, you wouldn't get that electricity pulsing through that acupuncture pressure point. And so that is one of the things that we can see. We can also see that when they put dye through the acupuncture pressure points down at like the cellular level, they can see the dye spreading out. Those points are massive highway intersections where you have lots of roads coming in from different directions. And they can see the dye spreading out and moving from that spot. And especially when you press on it or tap on it, it's making that dye move faster. So how is that changing the way the brain is working? We don't know yet. Our science hasn't caught up. But we can take brain imaging before and after people do a series, several weeks of doing daily EFT, and we can see that there are changes in the brain. The brain has gotten healthier. There are a reduction in the number of like dark dead spots. So it's increasing connectivity. So that's pretty cool. So it's really helping us regulate emotions and helping us work through problematic moments or problematic negative feelings in a really positive way that doesn't throw pharmaceuticals or weird invasive things at people. It's something that is so gentle on the body, but has such a great impact. Back in 2019, just a few years ago, there's a Bosch study. It's just one of maybe 20 amazing studies in the last 20 years that the Bosch study found that in its participants, people who were struggling with significant pain found a 57% reduction in pain after an EFT session. That's amazing. Another one, which, most Americans are struggling with, is food craving. When participants participated in EFT in a guided session, they found that 74% of people reduced those cravings. Something in the neurochemistry of the body was making changes in the brain, making changes in the entire body that was reducing those cravings. Another one is our stress hormone is cortisol, and cortisol plays a big part of waking people up at 3 a.m. They can't get back to sleep. And cortisol makes us very energized to run and solve problems. And people found that EFT brought a 37% reduction in cortisol levels, which means they're resting better. And lastly, it does bring your resting heart rate down by about 8%. And those are some amazing reasons to try out EFT. Another aspect of EFT that I really like is that it focuses directly on the problem. So often we get a feeling or a thought and it's negative and it's icky, and we just want to push away from it. We want to avoid it, not think about it. We don't really face it, we just stuff it. And EFT has us actually focus on that problem and then do my favorite part, which is radical acceptance. We're just going to accept ourselves. Yep, I'm having this feeling or this moment happened, and I'm going to accept myself. I'm no longer going to shame, blame, judge, be harsh or critical on ourselves. We're just going to accept it. It's a moment. It happened. And I love that aspect. So I'm going to walk you through these pressure points and I'm going to have you do them with me. And we're going to start with the back of our hand, right on the bone on the back of our hand. And we're just going to tap on it. And this is where we start with. We start here, we state the problem or state the feeling that we're having. And then we state, hey, I'm going to deeply and truly accept myself. And then we're going to move on to the next point. The next one's the top of the head. And we're just going to say the statement again, followed by the acceptance statement. And then we're going to move to the eye. It's amazing the pressure points around the eye. So we start with the inside corner of the eye, right where your corner of your eyebrow is on the inside closest to your nose. And we tap on that one, 5 to 7 spots. And then we move to the outside of the eye, right on the corner, right by the bone. And we tap there, 5 to 7 spots. And then we do under the eye on the bone, 5 to 7 spots. So I call that the inside, the outside, and the underside of the eye. And then we're going to do above the lip where that upper area is. And we tap there. And then we tap underneath. We tap there. And in each one, we're going to continue to say our problem statement and our acceptance statement. And then we're going to move to right under our collarbone. So our collarbones run right here. It's that long bone. And if you put your fingers on it, you can feel it hard and rigid. And then you let your fingers slide down into that soft spot right underneath. And you tap right there, right next to the bone in the soft spot. Might even hit the bone, and that's okay. And then we're going to go underneath the arm, straight down from the armpit, right on the side, maybe, 4 or 5 inches down, about where a woman's bra would be, right on the side. And we tap there. That's considered one set from the hand to the top of the head, through the eye, up and below the lip, collarbone, and under the arm. That's one set. Now, a lot of times it can take 3 or 4 or 5 sets working through a problem from different angles and feelings and body sensations and just like moving through it. But that's one set, and that's what I'm going to show you today. Now, in my own life, my mom had a lot of trauma and she was a bit of a mess, especially when I was a young child. And so a lot of times she wouldn't be very present when she was listening to me. I would be chattering like so many little kids did, imaginary world and all of that. And she would be a little checked out. Due to that, I found in my adulthood and teen years, and even last week on vacation, when I feel like someone's not acknowledging me, being present with me, I start to get angry really fast. And when I really sink into it, I know that I feel small, that little kid again. So I feel small. So my statement for today is I get angry when people don't acknowledge me. It makes me feel small. And then I'm going to tap in the acceptance statement. I deeply and truly accept myself. So that's my statement. And now I'm going to repeat that for all the others. Go ahead and follow along with me. You probably maybe feel this way too sometimes. I get angry when I'm not acknowledged. It makes me feel small. I'm going to deeply and truly accept myself inside of the eye. I get angry when I'm not acknowledged and it makes me feel small. And I deeply and truly accept myself outside of the eye. I get angry when I don't feel acknowledged and it makes me feel small. And I'm going to deeply and truly accept myself. Under the eye. I get angry when people don't acknowledge me. It makes me feel small. I'm going to deeply and truly accept myself. Upper lip. I get angry when people don't acknowledge me. It makes me feel small. I'm going to deeply and truly accept myself. Under the lip. I get angry when people don't acknowledge me and it makes me feel small. And I'm going to deeply and truly accept myself. Collarbone. I get angry when people don't acknowledge me. It makes me feel small. And I'm going to deeply and truly accept myself. Then, under the arm. I get angry when people don't acknowledge. It makes me feel small. And I deeply and truly accept myself. So that is a basic set. Now we can go 3, 4, 5 more full sets, kind of morphing our statement for each different little aspect of the problem, the way it makes my body feel, the things I'm thinking about it, my emotional reactions, new insights that come up while I'm facing this moment. And usually by the end, all that feeling is sort of washed out of our body in an amazing way through that deep acceptance where we're not confronting the ego or making ourselves feel defensive or disassociating, all of those crazy, wonderful psychology terms. We can stay present in it, work through that moment. On my first EFT that I did, it was reacting to how I eat my emotions. I need a serotonin hit when I don't feel good. Followed along with someone else while they were doing their session. I was crying, all this emotion just released off of me while I processed through that. Don't be afraid of your emotion. Allow those tears to run if that's what you feel like you need in the moment. Allow it to run through. And stick with it. Our emotions are a lot of times, they're like a dark tunnel. They're really scary right at the beginning. And the light seems like it's really far away. But the more you stick with it, the light grows, the feelings start to dissipate, and you come out the other side. That's what I love about EFT. It really does bring emotional freedom. So if you think this could be something that could help you, then you might want to join me for one of my upcoming group workshop nights where we're going to go into this in depth. We're going to talk to different people. We're going to process with each other. We're going to engage our mirror neurons in our brain, which means when you're working through something and I'm watching and participating, I'm finding healing too. Amazing thing. And I'd love to have you join us for that and really dig into some more personal healing. This is your journey of healing. And I'm going to help you find the ways to overcome obstacles that are keeping you from the life that you would love to live. So check me out at melissajkelley.com. All right. Have a wonderful day. I can't wait to connect with you soon.